Welcome back, everyone. It's Gabby and Sofia with Park Pro. We're bringing you round 2, FPO Canadian Nationals, hosted by Best Western Plus and Quality Inn and Suites, presented by Innova, and brought to you by the patrons of Park Pro. Along with PDGA Canada, today we are on a new course.
Yes, on a new course up in Clearwater BC, named the Ski Hill. It was established in 2019. It's 6,100 feet with a lot of elevation, and it is a really fun, tight and wooded, challenging course. We've got not too much wind, but it is a cloudy day. I'm excited to get right to it.
Yeah, this is a fan favorite. People who come to this tournament are here for the Ski Hill, so really stoked to get round 2 out here. First up on our lead card, we have Colleen McInnes from Burlington, Ontario, sponsored by She Dyes Her Discs. I couldn't tell you which discs she has in her bag, but she will have some sweet dyes, like this one here, the rainbow dye, and she's been throwing the discs super well so far this weekend.
Really fun. And next up, we got Taylor Chocek, shooting a nice 6 down, I believe, on the first day. Taylor's a track athlete from Eugene, Oregon, a duck athlete, and she's transitioned to disc golf super well. She throws a disc a mile and is really fun to play with.
I had to think about what a duck athlete was, but Oregon Ducks.
Oregon Ducks,
okay.
yeah.
Third up, our one and only, Sofia Donnecke from Victoria, BC, sponsored by Innova, plays classical guitar. You're a jack of all trades, and also heating up.
Yes.
We had back nine Sofia show up on the last round, and I'm expecting to see her continue that on this round.
Oh, yeah. And finally, we've got Lauren Butler, who drove up from in Minnesota. Our first time playing with Lauren. She's super fun, super awesome, and also has a wonderful throw. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a new course in terms of just, we're going from a golf course to a more tightly wooded course. Starting on hole 1, we have par 4, 491 feet. Big open shot, but depending on what you're doing, you can hyzer into the green or into the fairway here. The basket is tucked up, kind of around the corner, slightly up the hill. You do see some sneaky forehand shots in a gap to the left, but most people, and most likely this card, expect to see some pretty steep hyzers coming out off the tee.
So there's that tricky approach you mentioned. So you want to land in that earlier patch of thick grass. And then, this is a really uphill shot to the basket. You don't want to fade onto that cliff on the left, but...
Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and especially our viewing audience on Park Pro across Canada and around the world. Welcome to beautiful Clearwater, BC, and round 2 of the 2024 Canadian Nationals, sponsored by Innova Champion, Quality Inn and Suites, and the Best Western Plus Gateway to the Falls. This is the FPO lead card, and the cream has already risen to the top. These are the top 4 rated players in the event. Teeing off first, shooting the hot round yesterday of -8. From Burlington, Ontario, sponsored by She Dyes Her Discs and T3, Colleen McInnes.
Coming off an 8 down round on round 1.
Yeah, that was awesome. Pretty solid. Looks like she's going for the hyzer route, so the right gap. And if that hits the faster grass, it should be great. Yep.
Yeah, that's done perfectly well.
In second place with a round 1 score of -6. She is a second-year pro and a far-throwing rising star in our sport, sponsored by Discraft, Grip EQ, and Resistance Discs from Eugene, Oregon, Taylor Chocek.
Taylor's second Canadian event. She was also up at BC Open earlier.
She loved us so much she couldn't get enough. Had to come back.
I think we actually convinced her to come up.
Yeah. Looks like she misses her line on the left there, but if that fights through, so she'll have an obstructed upshot, but we'll see. We'll see what it's like.
Next on the tee with a score of -4. She is Canada's top-rated player, hailing from Victoria, BC, and sponsored by Innova Champion, Sofia Donnecke.
Looking sharp as always.
Thank you. I'm throwing my lightweight Halo Destroyer.
Oh, it's back.
It's fun to like blast that thing because it has some stability. It kind of lost the stability and then I lost the disc, but here I was getting along with it really well. Oh, okay, so it went a bit straighter, but okay.
Ooh,
That worked.
You got that good grass you're talking about.
Luckily,
so skip forward
yeah,
quite a
that
bit.
stability came last
And
second.
rounding out the lead card,
It's still
she is
there.
one of the best players from the USA Midwest, sponsored by Millennium Discs and hailing from Otsego, Minnesota, Lauren Butler.
Ooh, I like the height on that one. Oh, a bit earlier than I thought it would be, but not bad. She'll be able to scramble in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, really excited to see how you all break down this course.
So there's Taylor's lie. So she
Oh.
must have she hit early, and so she's got, it's gonna be tricky. You can see, okay, she gets some good ground play, and so she'll have a jump putt at the basket.
Ooh, great edge from Lauren. Not quite scooting up there, but a good look.
And if that was a good disc, that was a great shot.
Oh, that's perfect.
I find those shots so challenging.
Yeah.
I just go for the stable stuff. I'm flicking a Cayman up here. And I've missed the straight. Missed straight, but I think it sticks up there nicely, so I have something.
Yeah, those are the slopes you're talking about on either side. So if you were kind of off, even just outside circle, you were leaking out
Yeah.
just a bit.
Taylor leaking left there.
It's not treacherous, it just makes for a tougher putt. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, no problem. Open look. In for her par.
Yeah, so my Cayman kind of got caught on that tree, which was nice.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it stopped you from going down too far. Nice birdie.
Yeah, a little hole one birdie.
Good start. Yeah, definitely accessible for the birdie, but getting par, first hole of the day, it feels good. She's got her coffee in hand. She knows it's going in.
Colleen's feeling good. Her Timmy's.
Yeah, toques are on. You can see the clouds in the sky. We kind of found that at the ski hill. If you were out kind of first thing in the morning, you were kind of working through some of the mist. But overall, really a beautiful weekend. I think we're all ready for the rain. I don't think it rained.
Yeah. All right, hole 2, another uphill hole. Par 4 is 345 feet. It plays a lot longer than that. You can see you want to land sort of in this wide last patch and not roll off the hill on the left, not get caught up early on the right. And then you're going to have a pretty tricky approach. There's some optional relief hazard on that white painted area where it's actually really steep. It gets really slick when it's wet, so we opted for some optional relief from that area. But yeah, the upshot on this hole is crucial. The drive landing zone is crucial. It's a fun hole.
Yeah, you're really playing placement on this on both the drive and the upshot because it's a scary putt if you're up top there.
Yeah, so Colleen's looked great, but she pushed a little too long, so she didn't get the hyzer into the middle. I'm going with something flippier and just sort of turning it up.
That's beautiful.
Push the right side a bit, but that worked out great.
Really good distance. It's quite steep. I don't know. I think the camera does it justice, but I might just be thinking because I've been here before. I know what it looks like, but it's steep. It's up there.
So Tay matching the slope a bit, but I think she sticks up there, so.
Sweet. Yeah, I might have a more direct look up at the basket. She's got such good angle control. She gets
Yeah,
a landing
that
zone
was
too.
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna be going a lot of, this hole's uphill, this hole's downhill.
Yeah.
There's a few flatter
Trust
holes.
us. Oh my gosh. Oh
Ooh.
my gosh, that was so close. Okay,
like
it
that
got thick
line.
there, but yeah, that's a tricky, really pinched off, but
Oh,
Lauren missing that uphill miss, you know, when you let go of it
Just
and
too early.
just a little left.
I know that miss. It might be a bit tricky down there.
Let's see if Tay can correct from her last up shot.
Oh,
That looks fun.
okay.
That's good, actually.
Yeah, that took off just enough speed. I don't know. I don't think she would have gone too much further than that, but.
I'm flicking my Toro. I just want to make sure I get it high.
Whoa.
And, you know, that's
I
not a death, like, that's a comfortable putt.
Yeah, you're like putting along the edge, but you're not putting down.
It'll fade left instead of down. Colleen, yeah, got a tricky spot there, but
Okay.
all right.
Yep. No, that'll do. Uphill putt. Man, what a tough spot. This course is not as forgiving as Lacaria.
This course showcases a bit more of the Canadian wilderness up here.
I would agree.
So you can find yourself in some pretty wild spots, truly wild.
Yeah, very dense, very green. Great putt.
Yeah, it felt too good to knock that down.
No kidding, because this is, I mean, we've seen it just now. Like, this hole has teeth.
Yeah.
But Colleen grabbing a par. That's, you know, from
It's
the
a good
drive, from
scramble,
the
yeah.
upshot, really good scramble. Oof. I would have liked to see her POV.
Yeah. Just pure cliff.
Nothingness. Oh.
Like that's the tricky spot. Like you can see like the basket cage, the base of the basket ends in this like cliff.
Yeah. Good sit.
Yeah.
Quad bogey for Lauren. I feel that so deeply. There's something about those short putts that can really just
Yeah, and
get
that,
to ya.
just with that green, you're just
Yeah. Hugs to Lauren. I feel that. That was dead center.
yeah, it was like close to 20, 27 feet maybe. It's a bit tough behind me. Felt good to get one of those long putts early on.
Hole 3, par 3, 280 feet. Here is where we start playing with a little OB. So all the way down the left-hand side, not only is it a cliff, but there is an OB line to keep you kind of up on top. The shot is either a straight to turn to the right up the slope. I have a feeling you might pull out your destroyer, your lightweight destroyer, and kind of go
Yeah.
forehand, because it plays really well to that.
Oh, just kidding.
Oh, just kidding.
I'm throwing a Mako 3 backhand.
There's that straight to turn.
I think I just like the hyzer flip off the tee box. It is sketchy because you can fade left OB.
Oh,
I get a lucky kick, so that was
Yeah.
head and OB.
good stop.
Yeah, I did not get the turn I wanted on that. But I was just finding that like the flicks with a
Oh my gosh.
little slip. See what the flick
Good
does.
result though.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, you can see
Yeah.
that.
So there's a bit of wood on the outer edges of the box that you don't want to hit.
Let that settle.
Colleen getting some turn, but okay, so that okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that looks
so-
close. Yeah, not quite getting the same stop as you. Not quite getting the same turn.
This is a really tricky hole because you can. Oh wow. That's how to do it.
Using all of the fairway, full left, full flight. She'll have a look for bird.
Yeah, like a backhand, if you kick one of those trees, you can just go right OB, so it can be pretty
There's Sofia.
scary. And it looks like Colleen
yeah.
also got the inbounds call, which is great.
That looks
You
like
can see she's got at least an inch inbounds on her disc.
Yeah, I guess an infinity line kind of going deep into the forest.
Almost capitalizes on that, but par is good too.
Yep. Sometimes those squeaky saves, you can kind of be like, okay, I'm happy with the par.
Yeah. And my disc, sit down, please.
Oh my gosh. Wow, sit.
It stayed in bounds.
Oh my gosh, Sofia.
I think I could have re-putted, but it's still kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I run it again because, the first one was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can almost just like do your slight adjustment, but
Yeah.
I guess from a slightly different spot. Taylor opting for the layup, probably quite obstructed from where she was.
Yeah. Yeah, so another pretty steep green.
Yeah, no, the greens are no joke here overall. The hike is no joke too.
Yeah.
Like I think for the first 5 holes, we're heading up the ski hill very much. So par, bogey, par. Colleen gonna tap in her par as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely a neat hole, but so far no breaks on this course. How great. You get to feel that all over again.
Love these snow ones. Thanks for, I accepted it not being OB, but it was still not ideal.
Not ideal. So yeah, on our scoreboard, top 4 right now are 1 under through the round. We have 1 up, 2 down for myself through 5. I'll take that.
Ooh,
Trying to make some moves again, but pretty steady. This is a course where keeping it clean, keeping it consistent is the name of the game.
Yes.
But yeah, Julie moving up, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we got hole 4, another sloped green, this time sloping down on the right side. It's a par 3 for us. It's 280 feet. There's a Mando tree, that curved tree we're coming by now. You have to go Mando left of that. And then you have a really steep green again. I'm throwing an overstable fairway and just hoping it gets a good skip up, doesn't push too straight. Plays uphill as well, so it's a good hole. It's tricky.
It might be one of my favorite holes in the course.
It is very satisfying.
It is satisfying. When you hit that gap with that hyzer, it feels so good. It's not an easy hole, but man, you can see the elevation we're playing with here. We're also getting higher up into that mist.
Yeah. Taylor hits early. The gap is pretty far down the fairway, so I would say it's about 200 feet down the fairway, so you have to hit that gap pretty late in the flight. But that means you can use a bit of the airspace in front. Let's see if Colleen gets it. Yeah, so that's
Oof,
nice.
that is so good.
Gets a bit of a anti-skip. It's hard to get a skip up the hill.
Yeah. I think the Mando's new from the previous year because of the big spike hyzers that people would like to do. Lauren getting the unfortunate kick, although stays in bounds, which I think is a good stroke of luck there.
Throwing my Champ Eagle. I nailed that gap. Let's see what happens. But it pushes a bit too straight, so it's going to be a tricky putt or approach. But
yeah, that flipped up almost too good.
Yeah.
It went
I
quite
lost
straight
that
for a
disc.
while.
I miss it.
No.
Taylor just blasts one.
Maybe through the other side. It's a pretty protected green, but you can sneak through, and it's tricky. You're gonna hear us saying that a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now so that's just like a tricky area to the right downhill of the green.
Yeah, it just kind of funnels down there, but that's a great line from Lauren to come from below, hitting that gap, making that Mando. Right under the basket there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
That was like a lot of work to get. That was like circle's edge probably, or like maybe like
30
45
feet feels like 60.
I was like,
It's
put
up.
as hard as you can. Okay, tickles the chains.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important to get up to or past the mando tree on this hole, like the scramble. It's just a hard up shot. And a really uphill putt.
Really uphill.
Or downhill. Depending where you are.
There's like
But
a small degree on either side where you could be putting flat, but it's not very much.
all right. So playing pretty hard for the card.
Yeah, tricky drives, tricky
Wonder.
putts, tricky approaches.
Yeah.
I get to watch that again though. That was really great, giving Colleen the look for the 2.
Yeah.
Heading into hole 5, par 5, 560 feet. We have a single mando here, so having to go to the left of that tree through this gap out into the open. A little bit of a ditch here. I've seen that catch a few discs, but if you get over, then you have another kind of big pump out into that little nook in the trees there. So I'd say this is maybe one of the flatter holes that we've had. Actually,
Gabby,
no, I lie.
Gabby.
I lie. It's very
I was-
uphill.
This is like you're walking up the mountain. It looks like flat, even downhill, but look, okay, now you can
Gabby.
see. We tee off down there, and that person's walking uphill. Look at them.
Yeah, it's
walking
560. It plays like more. I remember now. We're back, and I've had a good bit of time to remember how uphill this is, and yeah, you can see it now.
Say it one more time, Gabby.
It's uphill.
Colleen gets out that first gap. There is a ditch.
She may have scooted over it, yeah. You both just kind of
It's
giving
tricky.
that
There's
hill a
like,
close
yeah,
shave.
you want to bite off distance. You don't want to throw it too nose up, but there is a hill or that drop zone in front of us. It's on a mound. It's kind of, you don't want to hit that,
No, it's in the way.
but it's easy to come close.
Oh. Almost looked like that could turn a bit, but I do think she just dropped next to the
Yeah.
drop zone there.
Let's see if Lauren can nail it. Yeah, getting trapped. That hill is really kind of high up, kind of chest level or more.
Head height, based on this camera angle.
That's a good crush. She'll have a uphill but open approach.
Yeah,
From there.
Once you're past the Mando, everything is safe. So it's just a matter of getting yourself as far uphill as you can.
Yeah. Taylor biting off some good distance from the knee.
Really good. Yeah,
She'll have a short up shot from there.
that was sharp.
I think this was one of my favorite holes. Colleen sneaks to maybe just circles 2 edge. I don't know.
Ooh, you have an open look here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't see how uphill it is.
You know, it's
Whoa.
not a very far shot. I'm throwing a G-Star Destroyer on this upshot because...
And you're
I'm
still
short.
yeah.
And the upshot was probably like 280.
Wow.
So, if that, maybe 2.
Feeling real silly about now. Look how uphill this is.
Yeah.
Beautiful upshot from Lauren. Getting pin high on that. She'll have a flat putt.
Yes. Perfect.
Another dime. Cool. I like that camera angle. That was
Yeah.
sweet. Holy smokes,
Yeah,
that's
the
an
putter's-
eagle.
putter's
This is a
working
par
out.
5. You
Oh.
just took that down in 3.
I
You
think
played that
I
hole
had
real
that
good.
on my radar. I wanted to get the 3 on this hole.
And Lauren with her Butler, she's
Mm-hmm.
Lauren with her Butler, her birdie, the Butler birdie. She's feeling stoked.
There you
Taylor
go.
as well,
Tap
another
and bird.
birdie.
Yeah. Taylor could easily eagle this hole as well.
Wow, that breaks our round
All right.
1 record of 3 down.
Yeah, we fixed the last hole up. We did better.
Very good, very good. That's 5 down for the card.
Wow.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm just redoing the math. Here.
After my judgment of that slope, you're like, let me double check the math here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw. Woo.
Yeah, especially for the birdie, especially getting caught up early for some of our card here. So well done.
This is another really fun hole. You're kind of at the top of the elevation for the course. It's a par 3. It's 390. Plays slightly downhill for once. And you're getting out the gap, and there is quite the slope to contend with, so you want to throw something. I like a backhand that's going to hyzer into the hill, but close to the basket. There's no mando on this, though, I don't think.
No mando, but there is
A pole.
yes.
But
But you just don't aim for it, right? Right? That's it.
I kind of was.
Oh gosh.
But
No, but there's that gap we're talking about.
Yeah.
A funny slope too, because for me,
Yeah.
I want like a full turn to like get myself some distance, but you can't turn it too much because it will just
Yeah.
filter down the
That's
hill.
what happened here. So I threw my champ eagle, got a little squirrely too straight on me, and so now I'm way down the slope.
Okay.
I should have thrown something more stable or put that on hyzer.
Colleen, maybe a bit too much air under the disc.
Yeah, a little bit of the opposite issue. She'll have a downhill approach. The green isn't too bad on this hole, though.
Not too bad.
There's like a flat zone.
There is it is sitting nice. It is gonna go down on the backside.
That's a nice shot for
This is
Taylor.
looking really good.
This might be a buzz.
This might be a mid-range.
All right.
Looking
a
in
little
circle
short,
two.
but
Yeah.
She'll give it a run.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Lauren getting some turn on her disc. It's starting to come out, though.
Oh, there's that
man.
pole.
Robbed. All right.
Oh. Couldn't hit it
I
if
don't
you
remember
tried.
that she hit that, but that if she had gotten a skip, she could have been circle's edge.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that finish. Colleen giving it a run.
Clean bid.
Yeah.
Okay, the green's not that flat, but there is some flat spot.
Leading up to it, it's flat.
A little jumper.
Well done. Yeah, not too far out at all.
No. It always looks worse from the tee pad, you know, when you drift left or right.
Yeah.
But if you're pin high, you're actually always it's closer once you're there. Lauren with a little.
Great upshot.
All right, let's see. Oh man.
Just needed a
Looked good.
little more boost, but that was looking good. It is kind of a scary putt. Maybe.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're all in for par here. Not bad. It's 390 feet. I think for a lot of this card, birdie is an option. So
Yeah, I think a lot of us probably saw birdie on practice days and we're thinking about getting that. But par is no problemo.
oh, sorry, Lauren. All right, checking in with the scoreboard. Colleen still holding on. They're 2 down. We see Sofia and Taylor tie things up at 7
Yeah.
down. Julie holding on to 4th. Jordan. So we got 2 Mowens back to back here.
You're at 1 down, creeping up there.
I'm trying, but yeah,
In the
no.
background, we got the distance comp, which Taylor took down. You can see her throwing there.
Holy
It's
smokies.
kind of fun.
Do you remember what she threw?
I think there was a headwind and it was uphill, as usual.
That's a ski hill.
But late, I think she almost hit 5, but
yeah. So hole 7, par 3, 320 feet. We're heading back down the mountain now. This one, off the tee, you're looking at a bit of a, very much of a right to left.
Tunnel.
Down the hill, tunnel, huge elevation drop. I wish we can get some elevation stats on here because it's not a direct line to the basket. From the tee, I'm pretty certain it's blind. So you're kind of looking to just, for me, butter one out on a slight hyzer and let it just fall down the hill.
Yeah, a little putter.
So yeah, I think I was throwing like an uplink, like a super flippy mid-range.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That looks like a
Agar
putter.
3. Goes too straight. It's so downhill. You can just...
Yeah.
They're just trying to reach terminal velocity on this.
Getting close to the sound barrier and just falling into it.
Okay. Did she... There was a triple Mando rope.
Oh, I
right?
forgot about that. Oopsies.
I don't remember
It looked to me like
what
she
the
was
call
under.
was. Yeah. She like touched it, but it is hard to tell with a rope sometimes.
Yeah, was it a triple Mando? It's new from the last year, and there's that smooth, kind of buttery downhill, let it fall.
Yeah, it looks like she kicked something. Otherwise, I expected a better skip for that.
I know. Still quite short for Taylor.
Yeah, she barely threw that. Lauren gets caught up early. I don't know what the call is.
I liked how that was looking off, like out of the hand, just that shape and that edge, because...
Shoot.
Yeah, you're not... if you're not in the middle, or even if you are in the middle and you're still up that hill, you still have a ways down to go with quite a shape to get.
Yeah.
Or you're getting caught up as well,
Okay.
but you'll have
Got
an
a
open
putt.
look.
Circle's just outside the circle. Yeah, this wilderness will test you, you know?
Yeah, this is nothing like the golf course. The complete opposite.
Yeah. No, it's kind of fun to switch back and forth.
Ooh. Okay. Maybe that wasn't a run. For a second, I thought it was
Well,
a run.
maybe it was a stress-free par now.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
Colleen
gosh.
Cashes it from deep circle 2.
What a par save.
Super downhill floater putt. That's that floater putt again that I was talking about in round 1.
Wow.
Just so much touch on those. Look at her reaction.
She's locked in.
Let's go.
That picture in picture. She's focused on that.
Skipping down the hill.
Yeah, that hill's no joke.
Knowing Colleen, she's tripped a lot.
No.
So I'm like, don't fall.
Don't
Colleen.
fall.
If she hears this, she'll chuckle.
Aw. Running it back,
Amazing.
too. Back up the hill.
That was sick.
She's got to go get her bag. It's way up there.
Yeah, sick par save. Oh
Lauren,
my gosh.
too.
That is amazing. Bogey
Great,
save, but
yeah.
like,
But a huge putt.
that's a wilderness putt right there.
That's how many can say that they putt from the ferns and the moss on a ski hill?
So now I'm feeling like, okay. Oh my gosh.
You guys.
Circle 2. Come on, Taylor. Feeding off
This
each
is
other.
a highlight hole.
That is a sweet.
I mean, those are
Sweet
pars and
hole.
bogeys, but that's like, yeah.
And Tay with a tap in par.
Maybe feeling a little left out. I hope not. She played that hole well. It's a non-exciting par is a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and you can see how that squeaked under.
Confirmed fine. Ah, look at that reaction.
Beauty.
Cheeky. All right, up next, hole 8.
Hole number 8, yeah, par 4, 370 feet. This one, it plays a little uphill, but the main challenge is the sucking right to left downslope that just takes your right hand backhand throws and pulls them down with gravity. So you really want to play into the hillside. If you're throwing something stable, you better make sure it lands close to the bucket, because once it starts fading, it'll match that hillside and see you later kind of thing.
Not from experience, though.
No.
Not at all.
I don't struggle with that personally, but but I've seen it a lot. So
Yeah.
so yeah, let's see if I can.
Execute.
Yeah.
Not go down the hill.
I just talked big about how I don't mess that up.
A bit of a gap. I mean, this gap can get in your head.
Yeah, I'm throwing a flippy guy into the ground.
See, you never have to worry about that slope.
But I have a long up shot. This is one where, I'm throwing my distance driver. I'm hoping to get a putt, but I just threw it into the ground. So
Yeah. So are you thinking eagle? Because this is a par 4.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
Colleen getting that, not messing with the slope, but also a little bit turned. Mm-hmm. It's a bit early, but she should have a wide open approach. Let's see if Taylor can blast one there.
Really fun for the
There
course
we
to
go.
have eagle opportunities.
Okay, and it gets a bit too stable.
Ooh.
See, and there it goes.
Just see ya. No, it's not too far.
Gone,
She
it's
got some.
gone.
It's gone forever. Lost.
Lost, yep. All right, I think she got some good turn on that.
Ooh.
If that holds a bit, there's our, I think that's probably
great.
close to CTP right there.
I'd say so. Maybe C2. Couldn't quite
Mm-hmm.
tell, but really good distance. She got all the height she needed.
Yeah, and you can see, we're looking down at the ski lodge there. We're up on the slopes.
Yeah.
It's a tricky approach, actually. You want to, land your disc pretty flat. I think I went a little long there.
Just a bit. Because you'll be putting back down the hill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Much better execution.
That was a good run. A little low, but tap and bird.
Right. Yeah. I keep forgetting that's a par 4.
I know. I would
just-
say this is a must-get bird.
Yeah.
Feels like a must-get bird with the par 4.
Yeah. I'm feeling real silly if I miss this. And I do.
Oh,
Oh my
shoot.
goodness. Do I?
I apologize. I just talked this up as
No,
a
it's-
must-get, but
I think I jinxed myself with the attitude at the tee box.
talking about that slope.
All right.
Yeah, so you're losing a stroke to the card here.
Yeah, that par felt a little silly, but no
Yeah.
harm done.
Yeah, no harm done. Definitely a softer par 4. Not without its own teeth, like you said. There's the slope, there's a gap, there's elevation. We're playing with a lot here, but
Yeah, here's Taylor's sailing past the basket.
she went deep with the basket. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have the distance, but you really have to play that slope right, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure she was thinking eagle too. Ooh, hole 9, par 3, 360 feet. All that work we got up to get up the hill, we're undoing it now because we were throwing straight down, bit of a tree gap, and there is no OB on this hole that I recall. But there
maybe
is a
long.
Mando.
Yeah. Oh,
You want to get yourself down the hill and
Yeah.
close to this basket because it does feel like you want this 3 as well because it's right there, but it is very much a downhill shot. I know for myself personally, I feel like I struggle to just throw it down. Mm-hmm. You have to commit and throw it down, otherwise you're sailing into the fairway of 1.
yeah, you really have to nail the stability on the disc. This green also is kind of wild because I don't know if we'll see it on this card, but there's a couple of rocks lying around, you see? If your disc hits them just right, it just catapults.
Again, not from experience.
So you get that nose down, you land in bullseye, and then it catapults to 80 feet. Taylor going a bit long.
Yeah, very straight shot. Colleen was a little far left, so that's that fade out if you're not picking your stability quite right. Mm-hmm. Not bad though, because in the open. And there's that Mando we were talking about.
Okay. You didn't make that up.
I didn't make it up. I
Long,
remembered
going
it
long.
very clearly. Long but safe.
Yeah. I want to see someone hit the rocks
Will it be you?
with my AVR 3. Come on.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
There's that downhill.
I'm just glad it got past.
You almost black aced hole
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all good. But you threw it down.
I'm down there. I have a downhill jump putt.
Great for the ankles. Oh my gosh. What an athlete.
And I boosted it.
Yeah,
So yeah, my approach is kind of making things hard on myself, but
Yeah, not quite on it, but that was a long bid.
yeah. It's one of those holes where it's like, I can get it there easily, it's right there, but it's such a touchy shot, like a little too nose up, you're going way long or in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I
A
don't
little too much
know.
stability, you're fading, a little too little, you're turning, those downhill shots are so touchy. And I missed my putt. Oh man.
If I'm rating this right, I think there's only one birdie on the day. Like, it's a tough...
I'm not surprised with that green with all those rocks.
Yeah, those launchy rocks.
Yeah, those rocket
That
launchers.
slope.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it played tricky. Even though the whole field can get there.
Yeah.
It was
Very accessible.
just a
but it's
tricky
no
one.
joke.
Yeah. Not even windy though. So
No.
it's surprising, yeah.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah. Wind and elevation can make it for a very tricky time.
No, I think we lucked out with the weather here. We're going to chase our
Card
check-ins.
check-ins.
We're going to check in with our chase card. Jordan on hole 10.
All right.
Perhaps a birdie bid. Bailey Inglis. I want to say this is after her Falcons Flight win, and it was. So she's looking at Canadian Nationals. She's out for blood.
Mm-hmm.
Allison with a great par. Can't wait to go over this hole. This is a fun turnover / forehand.
Yeah,
slash
that's our
look
very
out for
next
the
hole.
road.
So that's fun.
But tricky.
And Julie.
Julian
the
for par.
Did they have a third cameraman or were they running?
I want to say Andre was running. I think he may have been running. So
Up and down the ski slopes.
Up and down the
just
yeah,
getting videos
no.
of everyone.
Andre doing
Amazing.
some amazing work. Park Pro doing some amazing
Yeah.
work. Checking in with our scoreboard. Colleen holding onto that lead.
Yeah.
She's got 2 strokes ahead of Taylor. Sophia, you've separated yourself from Julie just a bit here. Not by oh no.
No,
It was
I'm holding.
Taylor and you who've
Yeah.
split off just a bit. But yeah,
The
back
whole
9
field
Sophia
chugging
coming
along.
up.
Yeah, we got a lot of 2 downs, a lot of 3 down, or 1 3 down by Julie. Let's go. And yeah, the whole field kind of holding steady.
Yeah,
Still a
Lauren
good
falling
spread.
off the pace a bit there. Still lots to go. I think we're going to be in for a tightly wooded treat in the back 9. More
Yeah.
elevation to deal with. We're heading back up the ski hill in the back 9 and then back down again. So we get to do this all over again.
Yeah.
You just have to check in with us next time.
Yeah.
on the
Thanks
back
for joining
9.
us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. Head to the Park Pro Patreon, subscribe. Get in with all the goodies. Did you know you can watch this early if you're a patron of Park
No.
Pro? Yeah, get with it.
Get on it.